Salut Étienne et bienvenue au corps pour aujourd'hui, ou plutôt bienvenue à l'examen pour aujourd'hui. Right guys, so I've got a very short information video for you here on the reading exam. Now, why have I made a video? Two quick aims. The first is just a practical guide to how to fill out your exam paper and what to do so you're not stuck there emailing your teacher and waiting for an answer in your time limit, because it's going to be really tight today. After this video, you should be able to start straight away. So that's the practical aim. But the other aim, as we're not here together, I wanted to go through exam skills and talk to you about the techniques that you can use that are worth big marks, guys. I thought it was really important to go through this, and this is where this picture of the French national team celebrating their World Cup win comes into it. Class of 2012, what's it going to be like for your results day? How are you going to feel? Are you going to feel like this on the picture, or are you not? Now, I have done results day. I've done it myself, yeah, and I think particularly my GCSE results day and my degree results day, they're definitely two of the best days of my entire life. I've done results day a lot, and I've done 5 results days in schools, so I really know what they're like. And if you work hard, this will be one of the best moments of your entire life, and something you'll remember really, really well. I remember my GCSE one. I remember it all. I remember walking there. I remember walking back and just feeling like I could do it. I remember my teachers. Teachers weren't nice back then, always saying I was rubbish, I was naughty, and I was nothing at all like my sister. And walking back, I thought, showed them, you know what I mean? And that's what the feeling is like. It feels really good. I had to work for it, but it was worth every single second. But on the other hand, I've got friends who I'm still in touch with from a small town who didn't do well, and they're fine in life, but it still affects them. More than 10 years from results day, it still affects them, and it affects their lives, what they did when they were 16. So it is really important, and we want you to be happy. And when I see you in results day in that late August 2021, I want it to be a happy moment for all of us. I want to see you as happy as these people here. We make that happen by working hard throughout year 10 and year 11. So these year 10 exams are going to be ideal for you. Right, I said it'd be a short video. I've talked for ages. Let's get started. I'm going to go through tactics and techniques. Alors mes petits, right guys, first off I'm going to go through exam technique and help and what you'll need to do in the reading assessment to get the most marks possible. Then I'll talk about how to answer and what the question paper's like today. Alors mes petits, donc, you might have seen it on the last slide. First thing to say, don't say help today when you're stuck. Don't email your teacher asking for help. Don't go online to look for anything. It's not about help, guys. You don't say help, you need to say help. Help has never sticked. So this is what you need. So instead of help, think of this acronym, HELP, and what it stands for. Number 1, hold. Don't go into the text. People today will ignore this advice and they'll read all the French and then they'll look at the questions and they'll try and answer them. Those people are idiots. Those are the ones who aren't going to get as good a mark as they could if they follow this advice. Always read the questions first. The questions give you a synopsis of the text and they give you the context, which will greatly help you understand a foreign language. Don't just read the questions, but annotate them, translate them if they're in French, and think about what vocabulary you're looking for. You can also think about what tricks they're going to throw at you. You've done a lot of these reading activities in your 3-4 years at Glenthorne. You know what that's like. Then, in a really tough text like the ones you're going to face today, locate. Get your highlighters out. I remember I can see myself in my exam now underlining things that I thought were significant in answers to the question. Do it, locate in the text where you think something is. And finally, you won't understand everything today, but that doesn't matter. Can you work it out from the gist? In the mocks at Christmas, there's a lot of questions that I know from 2 years previously, the old year 11. When they did it, I knew that they didn't know the answer. They knew that they didn't know the answer, but they'd written an answer that got them the mark because they used these skills. So that is a huge part of getting a top grade today. Let me show you what I mean. Alors mes petits, right guys, so let's look at an exam question together and show you how help works and how useful it can be. I'm going to work through it now. So remember, help and what we need to do. First thing, ignore the text in grey. We're not going to look at this. Read everything around to help you. So we know it's about an international event. It's a blog post. No clues there really. Answer the following question in English. Always good to note the answer, the language. Okay, so first question, where will the festival be held this year? Okay, so I'm looking for where. I'm looking for a place in the mountains, in the countryside, in a town maybe, in the north, in the south. That's what you need to do. Think about clues you're going to look for. What else is in here this year? Now, I know the exams and what they do. In a normal text, it wouldn't have any tricks about this. It would just say this year it's in Paris. But this is an exam. The fact they put this year, I know without even looking at this text that they'll have other years, or they'll say it used to be held here, but now it's moved here. So there's two things to look for. Okay, so I've annotated the question. I'm looking for a place the festival will be held, and it's got to be this year, present tense. So then we get into the text. Where will it be held? Where is it talking about a place? Okay, I'm looking for year. Here's the word year, but this is last year. The festival was in the south of France. Oh, that's my answer, yeah, guys. South of France? No, because this is the trap. I told you it was here. I'm so good at this. This year. Last year it was held in the south of France, but this year it's going to go off. Oh, it's going to leave for the north. Okay, so where will the festival be held this year? The north is all you need. You see that answer? Do you see what they've done? All right, back to help to show you how it works. How many groups will there be? So we're still talking about this year. We're still talking about the future tense. How many groups will there be? Again, they're going to have a trap. They're going to say, usually there's 5 groups, but this year there's 10 groups. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm looking for the word groups. There we go. I got it. I've got the answer, yeah? 5 groups. Easy. All right. The festival started in 2012 with 5 groups, as in 5 bands, because this is a music festival. So that's 2012. How many groups will there be this year? But now the organisers have invited more than 20. So your answer is more than 20. Now, if you put 20, no mark, because this is plus de, which means more than. Right. This is meant to be quick today. Do you see what I'm doing with help? I'm looking at the questions, I'm annotating them and thinking about the clues, and then I'm locating it in the text to see what I can work out. That is what you need to do today, guys. Think about help. It is worth big marks. Hello, right, guys. It's the second part. That is the exam technique. I now want to talk about how to answer. So I've attached excuse me, this document on Frog, which is your exam paper. There's 2 ways you can do this. Method 1 is the way I prefer because it's a lot simpler for me and your teachers. So type up your answers in the space provided. I want you to load up the exam paper, and then all I've done is, it was a PDF, so I've got the PDF still, and I've just added, I've just added a box at the bottom to make it easy for you guys. So being as it's a PDF, you can't tick it. So all I've done is at the bottom, I've put this here. So it says right answer A, B, C, D. So 3, what do Corélie's parents suggest doing? If you think they suggest creating a pedestrian area, you'll write D here, simple. So all you need to do is put your answers in this box at the bottom. Then when you're done, you need to upload your work on Frog within the time limit and then hand it in. The time limit is tight. As I've said in my email, if any of you don't hit it, then it closes and you can't submit it that way. Your exam will be late and we will fine you marks for it unless you email us to tell us why. So that's what you need to know, guys. That's the way I prefer you to answer it. This is the other way. So if you can't type on the Word document I've sent you, maybe your mum has to use the computer, or you're on your phone and it's really hard to type and look at it all, that would be really hard to do. So you can just do it straight into your book if you want and send us the photo. So take a picture of every page of views, then send us the photo. But we got to mark this year 10. So if you're doing that, I want you to be really, really clear. So this is what you need to do. Before you do each activity, I want you to put the number and the title. So it should make sure you do it in order, obviously. So question 1, this is your actual question 1 here. And it's about holidays. So you write 1 holidays, there you go, see the task number, question 1 holidays, and then underneath that, all I want you to do is copy the question number and the answer. So you have to write part 1 A, B, C, D, and then just put your answer in. I've used Andre each time, but obviously that ain't the way it goes. So that's what you need to do. If you're writing in your book, we want you to be really clear, otherwise we won't know what question you're answering and we won't be able to mark it. So make sure you do that. Copy the top bit, do it in order, and then put like the question, so A, B, or 1, 2, 3 for each question. Make it really clear which one it is, otherwise it's impossible to mark. Right guys, hopefully this video has been helpful. One more quick thing, we're going to be using old exam boundaries. Now we do have the 2019 boundaries, but the problem I'm finding with that is I want to compare you with other year 11s and where they were in year 10. So I want to use the same boundaries as I used for year 11 2 years ago. I actually sat the exam. So this will be the boundaries you're judged on. You'll be judged on this one, the plus 5%. Now actually this was slightly more generous. And things are slightly lower than they were in the real exam, but still it will be a really accurate way to give you a mark, and I can compare you with someone else and I can tell you what they got at the end of their actual GCSE, so it'll be a good flight path for us. This is what you need to do. Why am I showing you this? You'll all be marked on higher in the first instance, just to show you how few marks you can actually get and get a decent grade. So remember, you should be 2 below, at least 2 below where you will be at the end of the year. And to get a 4, so that means you get a 6 by the end of year 11, you only need 39%. Think of that, you can drop over 6 marks every 10 and still get a grade 4, which means you're on course to get a grade 6. So every mark counts and matters. Year 10, don't give up, don't leave blanks, don't think it's too difficult, just go for it, just trust your instincts, go for it. Every mark counts. You're expected to drop big marks. As shown here, to get a 7, you can drop 4 marks in every 10. That's huge to get a 7 grade, and if you get a 7 today, you should be aiming for an 8 or a 9 in year 11. Right guys, all I say now is best of luck, bon courage, good luck guys. Make sure you submit it as soon as you're done to make sure you fall in the exam time. Read the email if you're unsure about this. Good luck everyone, bon courage, on y va.